Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us for our 10th episode of Hello Nintendo. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming Nintendo Spotlight and its unusual short time. We're also going to be discussing the Pokémon Direct that was a few days ago and discussing kind of what was announced there. I'm your host Matt, and with me today is Her Royal Highness, Fart Princess.
Hoi!
And we've also got with us our youngest member on the team. It's Brooks. So as usual, when we start our podcast, we like to touch on what we've been playing in the last week. So Sam, what is it that you've been playing this past week?
Just revisiting some games that I've been playing for the past couple of months, really. A bit of Zelda, a bit of Pokemon Picross, a bit of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Just cleaning up all the little tasks I haven't finished so I can get ready for ARMS next week.
Right on. What about you, Brooks? What have you been playing the past week?
Just got Mario Kart, and it's fun. Been trying to unlock everything, though I still haven't unlocked any of the slick wheels. I just want those slick wheels. The ones that give you the most speed. But it's not letting me unlock them.
Matt, what have you been playing?
I have been playing a ton of Breath of the Wild. I finally got the Master Sword, so I've actually been going through and getting rid of the Divine Beasts. That was kind of where I was holding off. Because I had so much trouble with Water Blight Ganon the first time around. I only had, I think, 4 hearts at the time, and my arsenal was pretty pathetic. But now I'm a walking one-man army, and I've got the Master Sword right now. I've got some really high, very strong shield, lots of weapons, lots of health and everything. So going through that. I think it took me about 5 minutes to defeat Waterblight Ganon when I finally went up against him. I took on Thunderblight Ganon next, and everybody's talking about, oh my goodness, he's so hard. Nah, he was done in about 10 minutes. Again, thanks to that Master Sword. And then just the other night, I took care of Windblight Ganon, and the puzzles on that Divine Beast were kind of cool with how you have to tilt it to be able to get into different areas. So that was kind of cool. And I've started playing a little bit more of Mass Effect Andromeda. I kind of want to keep going with that one as well, especially now that they've released some more patches and kind of cleaned up some of the game. So that's what I've been playing.
That is the major issue, I think, with Breath of the Wild, is that the scaling on the Divine Beasts is really poor, I guess. Just these bosses are not fearsome at all when you've been exploring the world a lot. Lionel's is still, even though I've doubled my life meter. I mean, I'm on the second row of hearts rather, and I've got great weapons, and Lionel still poses a challenge, but Ganon is kind of a wimp.
Well, you guys were talking about how. And I've heard people saying how once you've got all 4 Divine Beasts, and it's not fair because Ganon starts at something like 50% health, and it's just not that fair. Honestly, no, I think I'm perfectly fine with that. That's part of the game. The Divine Beasts are there to help you defeat Ganon, so it makes perfect sense that if you've completed those, that when you actually go to fight Ganon, they are doing their job and making it easier. That's what the whole point of them to be there for. So
yeah, it's just a bit disappointing when you find that your play style conflicts with a big part of the game. If I was to go back and play it again, I would have definitely just focused on the story, ignored all the extra stuff, but that's not how I like to enjoy the game. So when I do eventually come around to these Divine Beasts, it's a bit gutting that I'm overpowered for them and they're not much of a challenge.
Yeah.
But on a second playthrough, it'll be fun, I imagine.
I'm just pretty much a one and done. Once I've defeated Ganon at the end of the game, then I probably won't touch Breath of the Wild again. But I think that's a long time coming because I still have one more Divine Beast to finish. I've only done, I think, about 62 shrines, so I've got all the shrines left to deal with. I got quite a few side quests, and then the DLC that's coming out as well. I've got that to do. I know I definitely won't be cranking the difficulty up. I'm kind of happy with where it is right now. So, I mean, at least once I've completed Breath of the Wild, that'll make way for Super Mario Odyssey when that comes out. Hopefully, an Animal Crossing game too, but that's kind of an off and on type of thing. And everything that I've got on my Xbox. So, but shall we get into our discussion topics?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the first topic is going to be that Pokemon Direct that was a few days ago. It was only about 8 minutes long, and I know everybody was really hoping that they would announce a Pokemon game for the Switch, and it was kind of comical, the reaction from fans when they didn't get what they wanted. They didn't get a full-fledged Pokemon game for the Switch. No, instead, we ended up getting a pretty much an HD remaster of Pokken Tournament, so almost the same thing that happened with Mario Kart 8. So we're getting Pokken Tournament DX, which is releasing on September 22nd. It does have 5 new characters in there, and I'm sure people are going to correct me on the names. We've got Empoleon, Scizor, Darkrai. Oh yeah, you guys are laughing already. What?
Is Scizor wrong?
It's
Scizor.
Scizor, sorry.
Yeah.
Scizor. Darkrai, or Darkrai.
Darkrai.
Well, I guess depending on how you want to pronounce it. Cognuk and
Krogan.
You know what? I'm not even going to bother with that final name.
No.
Decidui.
Sure. It's also got 3 versus 3 matches as well. So that's with Pokken. And instead of releasing a couple brand new Pokemon games for the 3DS, they're releasing a couple of I guess updates. It's kind of like what they did for Black and White. We've got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, both of them releasing November 17th. They are new versions of Sun and Moon with alternate storylines, and Pokemon Gold and Silver is releasing as well on the 22nd. That is a 3DS Virtual Console title as well. So I think is that the first Pokemon VC title on the 3DS?
Red, Blue, and Yellow came out last year.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just want to say, my favorite comment from all of this was guy saying how r/Nintendo was on suicide watch. It's pretty true.
Oh, yeah. That was unbelievable. I mean, the Switch has only been out for 3 months. The 3DS still has a fair bit of life left in it, and you honestly think that there's going to be a full-fledged Pokemon game available for the Switch at this point in time? I don't think we're going to see a full-fledged Pokemon game on the Switch, if we are, until the portable line, the 3DS, 2DS, are discontinued, and that's kind of, I don't think we're going to be, and it's probably, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a full Pokemon game for at least the first year and a half, if not 2 years of the Switch's life cycle.
So that's what the backlash was all about. I thought everybody was upset we weren't getting a English translation of Great Detective Pikachu.
Oh yeah, that exists.
The game where Pikachu is a great detective and you have to help him solve Poké crimes.
I mean, they have to release it at some point because the first Pokemon movie is based off that. So
Pokemon,
I mean,
the first movie?
they kind of have to at
The
some
one with
point.
Mewtwo?
Wait, Mewtwo Strikes Back is based on Great Detective Pikachu?
A live action Pokemon.
There's a
live
action Pokemon film?
movie.
Well, live action, it'll probably be 50% CG.
Really?
Yeah, it was announced like nearly a year ago by Legendary.
That completely went over. Yeah, completely past me. That
Interesting.
news.
Pokemon live action movie. July 20th of last year. I'm gonna have to look that up. So, did you guys play Pokken on the Wii U? And do you think you're gonna pick it up on the Switch?
I have Pokken, got it, round release last year, and at first I really wasn't a big fan of it, but having played it a bit more past couple days after the announcement, I've really kind of gained an appreciation for the game, and I'll probably end up picking it up.
I bought Pokken about a week ago on sale because I wanted the Shadow Mewtwo amiibo cards, but I haven't actually played it. and I don't. My Wii U is packed away anyway, so I don't know when I'll get the opportunity to play it. I'll probably buy the Switch version rather than get the old Wii U out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end up skipping. I mean, I skipped Pokken the first time around. I'll skip it this time. I'm not a big fan of fighting games. I played a little bit of Pokemon. What was it? Pokemon Stadium, a little bit of Pokemon Coliseum stuff. But I think I've got the Wii Pokemon game. Played that a little bit, but not really. I kind of tend to stick to playing Pokemon on my 3DS when I get a chance. So I know this will definitely be a skip for me. What do you guys think of the re-release or the updated versions of Sun and Moon? Was it Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that?
Love it or hate it, it's Pokemon, main source game, going to pick it up anyway. No matter what. Just kind of like a tradition at this point.
Okay. So do you think we'll see some pretty good sales of these two releases?
It's Pokemon.
Enough said, right?
It's going to sell no matter what.
That's true. Are you guys going to grab the 3DS Virtual Console Pokemon titles when they come out, or you think you're going to skip over those?
I don't need them because I've got Game Boys and my batteries are still surviving on my copies of Gold and Silver. I do love those games, and if I didn't have them and if nobody's played them before, I definitely recommend going back. And even though Heart Gold and Soul Silver exists, there's a lot of merit to a cheap virtual console release, and the music's better, and it's a bit faster than Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and it's a reasonable price point for a game instead of the ridiculous prices you'll be paying these days for Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So Gold and Silver, if that's a gen you missed, or if you're a bit too young to have played it the first time, definitely go back and play maybe the best gen of Pokemon, Gen 2. In my opinion.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'll probably skip over them as well. I started playing, was it Leaf Green again, but on my NES Classic through the emulator there. So because my kids will like to watch that. So moving on to our second topic was the oddly short Nintendo Spotlight. So it's going to be only about 25 minutes long, which is definitely much shorter than previous years. Confirmed what we kind of know or figure that they're going to be showing off. Super Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 are definitely going to be a given. Probably should see Fire Emblem Warriors, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, Rayman Legends. Really hoping to see Skyrim and Pokken. Some speculation. Not sure what we'll see, but and it would make perfect sense for them to show off some Breath of the Wild DLC. People are hoping for Smash for Switch, especially after what was uncovered on the Best Buy website. I mean, they've already done it with Pokken, they've done it with Mario Kart. It's very possible we could start seeing more Wii U ports, and
I'm sure Sam would want Mario Tennis Ultra Smash.
Oh, absolutely.
Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. To be honest, I really want Treasure Tracker.
Yes.
That's the Wii U port I'm hoping for. That's the one I missed, and I never got. I don't own that one. I'd really love to play Treasure Tracker.
I'm really hoping to see an Animal Crossing. I know I've said it. It's probably becoming a tired statement, but I'm really hoping to see Animal Crossing this year, even if it's a small teaser, something that and not a portable Animal Crossing game.
Animal Crossing is where I'm breaking my personal rule to not get too hyped. I
know what they'll
Animal Crossings, yeah.
And I don't want it to be something like Happy Home Designer or something weird. I want it to be a full-fledged Animal Crossing game like what we've had on previous systems.
I'm sure we'll get Animal Crossing mobile. Mobile game.
That's why I think Animal Crossing Mobile was delayed, because I think there's going to be a lot of functionality with the Switch version. There's definitely
it would make sense.
And yeah, I reckon there's probably something going on between those two titles. Like, what was that game where Fable 3, where a mobile game came out first, and when you played it, you got to earn rewards for the actual game. There'll be something
Yeah.
like
That'd
that.
be
in
cool.
Animal
They've done that
Crossing
with
for the
Mass Effect
mobile.
Andromeda as well, with the strike teams. So yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. Anything else you guys are hoping to see, or what do you guys think of this much shorter spotlight?
I think it means that one of my favorite E3s. They spent a lot of time talking about getting the texture of wall correct for Yoshi, and like the way squids move in Splatoon. And those, don't get me wrong, I'm not mocking that. I really loved seeing the developer insight, but I think they'll probably just skip all that for this E3 and just
That's
show
yeah.
trailer
They-
after trailer.
They also said that the spotlight would just be for Nintendo Switch games, I think. So 3DS games will, be during the Treehouse and stuff. I mean, that's what a lot of people forget, that the Treehouse. They have 3 whole days to discuss anything else they need.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. And Sam, you mentioned the kind of the developer talks about Yoshi's Woolly World and Splatoon and stuff. I like those. I thought those were really interesting, and I think that would be perfect for YouTube. Shove it onto YouTube and just be like, check out our YouTube channel where we've got more talks about this, and that would be perfect. And I'm actually really, I absolutely agree with you on that. That hopefully it's shorter because we're not going to have that fluff.
Yeah, Nintendo fans love that shit, but the mainstream audience tuning in during E3, that's the
Yeah.
points where they close their window and look at
Exactly.
look at the consoles that they actually
Exactly.
own.
So in the podlet that we did with that Frobro and Dan and I did, we kind of talked a little bit about what we hope to see at E3 this year. We didn't get a chance to talk with you about that. What are the top 3 things that you would really like to see at E3 this year? Sam, let's start with you.
Super Mario Odyssey. I love Mario games. I love 3D platformers. I just realized the other day that I haven't beat a 2D platformer since the Game Boy Advance. I've owned quite a lot and I've liked them, but 2D platformers just don't hold me like a good 3D platformer. I don't know what the difference is. But Mario 3D World was great. The last few Mario Galaxies.
Yeah.
I need more Mario. Mario and Zelda are my bread and butter.
Yeah.
And they're the bread and butter of Nintendo as well. So I can't wait for Super Mario Odyssey. And even as somebody who defended the linear direction that the Mario 3D games went in, I still do miss a good old collectathon style game. So, not that the collectathons, but the exploratory 3D platformer. So it'll be refreshing to explore that for Super Mario Odyssey. Other than that, Animal Crossing, I'm sure that'll be there. Animal Crossing definitely coming 2018. And third one, I'll go with Sonic Forces. I want my fan character to run around. I want to be I want Sam the Hedgehog to save the day. And why hasn't Sam the Hedgehog been able to save the day yet? It's been too long.
Nice. What about you, Brooks? What are your top 3 things that you hope to see at E3 this year?
Well, I mean, have some hopes. These may not be realistic, but first, Super Mario Maker 2. I mean, I loved Super Mario Maker. It was amazing.
Absolutely.
Top 3 games of all time. Loved being able to make my levels, and loved having even more stuff to make things with. Like, where's our desert theme? Snow theme?
Curved surfaces.
I want to use Hammer Bros. Ice Bros.
Slopes, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I liked
are
Mario
overrated.
Maker because that's what I used to help my now 5-year-old learn how to play a side scroller. I would create a level, and she'd have the controller, and she'd run, and then I'd add little obstacles, and I'd add dangers and things like that to help her learn how to jump over stuff and avoid things. And so, yeah, Super Mario Maker was awesome. That would be... So what else would you like to see at E3 this year?
Well, my second thing would be Yoshi and Poochie co-op
we don't
adventure
have enough
game.
with 2 games already?
I know.
Oh, Poochie.
Poochie isn't
Poo-
Poochie isn't intelligent. Poochie can't have a conversation or hold a tennis racket.
Hey, Poochie ain't stupid.
Uh-huh.
No, Poochie is amazing.
Poochie has no motivation. Poochie is just a stupid dog.
Poochie has plenty of motivation.
What
Like,
drives Poochie?
His care for Yoshi. They're
Sure.
best friends. And
Holy
survival instincts.
rose-colored glasses, Batman.
Survival.
So Brooks, what's the third thing that you would really like to see at E3 this year? So
third thing, well, maybe a bit different from my previous 2 predictions, but did you guys watch the EA press conference thing that just came out? There was actually one really interesting game that was there called A Way Out. Did either of you 2 play Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons?
no, I didn't. I haven't played that.
Yeah, I played it. It's a great game.
Yeah, well, I guess A Way Out is a new game by those guys. I haven't played it, but heard it was great. And basically, it's a co-op jailbreak game where you play as 2 characters trying to do a jailbreak. And it looked really interesting.
That does sound really interesting.
Yeah, the most interesting thing EA has done in years. Ever, maybe.
Definitely want to see Animal Crossing. I really want to see an F-Zero. I think it's time that we get another F-Zero, another entry into the F-Zero series. So, and the Switch looks like it'd be, right up there, perfect system for a new F-Zero. And hoping that we see or hear something with Metroid, even if it's something as simple as the Prime Trilogy remaster or Other M coming to the Switch or something like that. Ideally, I'd like to see the Prime Trilogy get a beautiful HD remaster and come to Switch. But yeah, those are kind of my top 3 things. Well, that about wraps it up for the first part of our 10th episode. Please tune into our next episode where we're going to be talking some more about E3. We're also hopefully going to talk to a couple of the mods from our Nintendo mod team and get some of their feedback. Thanks for joining us on Hello Nintendo.
Hello, Nintendo!